The home inspector said that the house was in good shape.
I have never seen it that bad.
At our wit's end, I am.
This is some of the sloppiest home building I've ever seen. You think their house is built like this? Not a chance in hell. It's a money pit. Run. Sharon and Peter, looking for a bigger home. 3 young boys, I don't blame them. Try to pick the house in a very nice neighborhood for the kids, as well as a home that is, well, smart. An unfinished basement, something they can finish in the future, a turnkey operation, on a condition of a home inspection. That's smart also, making sure you bring in the right home inspector, but not expecting that for the next year, he would be watering his bricks and not the grass, trying to find out where water's coming in his house. Well, this is really simple. I'm gonna do a thorough inspection. I'm gonna find out what's wrong, what I need to tell them, and what I have to do to make it right.
After our third son was born, we really needed more space. We had looked at a lot of homes. We walked in here and it was a sense of aura about it, the open concept, the flow through the house, the fact that I can pretty well see the kids from any room that I'm in down here. The overall feel when we walked in was great for us.
We've been in many houses where we look at each other, it's like, no, and we look at another house, it's one likes it, one doesn't, but this was a house when we both walked in and we're just like, yeah, this is the one.
I'm currently a stay-at-home mom to 3 crazy boys.
Whoa, get under that!
This house is my office, and I'm the CEO.
It is so true.
We love this community. I mean, it has great school system. It has a lot of recreational activities. And the fact that we can be outside and enjoy nature and the trails and the parks and all that, I mean, that's for our lifestyle. I mean, that's a must. We did get a home inspection. He did not indicate anything that would deter us from, you know, going through with the purchase of the house. I mean, he said that the house was in good shape. I had no reason to doubt him. For us, I mean, we were thrilled.
Hi.
Hi.
You must be Sharon.
Hi, nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet
Thank
you.
you for coming.
I'm Peter.
Peter.
That's right.
How you doing, Peter? I'm Mike.
you?
I'm doing pretty good. 7-year-old house, and we've got leaks everywhere.
We
Pretty well.
certainly do.
Our first Christmas in this house was a special one because my brother had come out with his family for a visit. I mean, the house was bustling with joy and everything, and chaos, but, you know, joy. And then we hear plopping, 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 and it was raining outside. I mean, there was a big storm outside. And we went to the front foyer, and I mean, there was huge puddles.
That's where the water's coming in?
That's where...
Just there? Anything in the front?
Not that we've noticed
not that I've
or
noticed.
aware of.
Remember, water runs downhill. It can come in the front, it can find its path through and come to the side. But since it's just the east, it's mainly this corner.
Correct.
You see the holes in the brick at the top of the window?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, that's vent. We call that vent. As we drop down, you see the holes just above the flashing.
Yeah.
That is weeping. So we have vent holes, weeping holes within the brick, and that's to create that convectional airflow to dry out the water that gets in behind the brick. The problem here is they have nothing really to stop the driving rain from going in those holes. And it's supposed to be flashed in and probably meet plastic, and they plastic that area, so when the water hits it, it comes out those holes. Your problem here, and more than likely everyone else on this street, it's getting in. You haven't found it yet.
So call our insurance company, they came down and everything, said, no problem, we'll fix your problem, but we won't fix the root cause. As they explained to me, if your kitchen burned down because of a pot, they would replace the entire kitchen except that pot. So the $20 pot compared to the damage that this has caused are 2 different things.
But at that point, they said that we had to fix the root cause before they could repair the damage. So that's where the investigation took off in terms of what's the cause.
Cheap windows. If you notice, they're gonna caulk all the way around the windows. Poorly done. It's not a high-grade caulking. Look at this caulking. This is bad caulking right against the mortar, not against the brick. It doesn't bond to it. So here's what you're gonna see. Look at this area right here. Water is gonna get in there. Why? This precast stone, it needs to be on a degree out. It's totally level, meaning water, snow is gonna get to that corner and drive in the window. I noticed this in the front of the house as well. This is obviously a major source of water penetration. So for them to put it in level, inexcusable. I guess they think it's watertight system they've made beyond it, so water can't get in. Well, why is water coming in the house? Can't be watertight, can it?
Worst case scenario will be mold. Anything that's gonna affect my family's health, yeah, that's my worst case. We've been here for a year and a half. So we've been breathing this in. If that's the case, that's my biggest concern.
He was obsessed with it, and rightfully so. I mean, he was standing up in the winter with the hose on the roof, freezing, and and then right through the summer and everything. I mean,
My whole summer last year was pretty well trying to figure out what this problem was. So, it takes time away from our kids. We were looking for a ready move-in house.
it's pretty bad when you're outside and you're driving someplace and then the rain hits and your first thought is, I need to get home and get the buckets out. I need to get home and get the towels out. I wonder if there's going to be water. Isn't there going to be water? And then coming home and checking.
I take it this is where you're leaking.
Yes.
You can see where the water's coming in. Look at your third beam here. It's all black.
Yeah.
It has slowly picked up water, and wood is just porous like concrete, like drywall, like everything else. We see the third beam is saturated and turning black. What is the black? It's a fungi, and fungi is a mold. But it's just the surface mold on the wood that continues to go from the outside inwards. Because the wood's getting old, it's not resisting water anymore, and it's absorbing it. So what it's actually doing is molding. Now, we can only see this spot. And it's funny because the insurance company only opened up this spot. And if I see that wood black there, don't you think they should open it right across? Don't you think you need to open it and investigate?
Like literally, if we don't put anything, this would be, the kids call it their bath area. They'll come and have a little wade pool here.
You have two holes, why?
That is from the bathtub, the main bathtub upstairs. We've never used it. And last Christmas, my brother was here and he bathed his 3 children in it on one particular day, Christmas Day, as it was. And we sat down for Christmas dinner and water started splashing in the face.
Now, plumbers learn. You can't go too tight, you can't go too loose. You go too loose, it leaks. You go too tight, and it leaks. It's just right. Problem is, he's too tight. And because he's so tight, it pushes out the gasket. And it leaked like crazy from there. Let's just go right to your basement. So we have one structural issue that I'm seeing here.
Oh.
The wall is built up to the floor.
Yeah.
The wall is built up to the floor, but nothing's holding the landing on this side. The weight load of the stairs and a human body, maybe a ton of kids, and are coming down, us 3, coming down the stairs, is only being held horizontally and not vertical.
Oh my.
So your inspector should have caught it.
For sure.
It doesn't meet minimum code. I've seen enough. I'm gonna grab my tools, I'm gonna grab my cameras. I have all kinds of special tools that I think home inspectors should have. I'll show you, I'll fix it, and hopefully this never happens again in this house.
It's not our home yet. Once the problems are fixed, then we can say it's our home. Right now, it still feels kind of like a lemon.
How'd you like to buy this house? How'd you like to repair what I gotta repair? And how'd you like to pay the cost?
As much as I love the area and the house itself, I just didn't sign up for all these issues. We didn't sign up for all these issues. Knowing what we know about the house now, I would not have purchased this house.
It's funny, the wind's picked up a bit, so it's getting a little cooler out, like it might rain. I might get lucky. It just pours out. I'll see the water. Now, for safety reasons, I'm not gonna get up on the roof. I don't have to, it's right in front of me. I can see the flashing. On my right-hand side, I can clearly see that where the precast sill meets the brick, water has penetrated, frozen, broke the brick because it has cracked the brick, the mortar joint, and shifted the middle precast and the brick. Water penetration point for sure. Look at the cracks underneath that sill in the mortar. Again, it has gotten in at the joint of the precast. You can see how that sill goes up and down like this, wavy. It's gotten in, frozen, broke the brick. I'm telling you right now, I've got to pull the flashing, pull all the brick out to do an inspection, as well as repair it, because I know just by looking at it, I'm going to have to pull it, and probably the sills of the window as well. Now, this front step, it has dropped down at least 1.5 inches. And what that does do is probably make some uneven stairs. There we have 7 inches. There we have 7 inches. And this one here is 10 inches. So what the inspector did not note in his report is no step can exceed 7 7/8, 8 inches. Your body's used to lifting your feet 8 inches. Well, when you gotta go 10 inches, you trip. And if you fall forward, you smash your head. This step is too high. That should have been in the report. At 10 inches, that's a bad thing. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. I'm not clapping. Sure looks good. Love this camera. Love it. Oh, look at how cold that corner is. I've never seen it like this. Never. Not on a new home. I have never seen it that bad. Interesting. So that would be the attic area, that there's no insulation at the end. I'm definitely going in the attic. I love that we have this space. This is really good. It's gonna allow that air movement. It's gonna make it really easy to put in blown-in cellulose that is nowhere near enough. Well, this might explain why my camera showed so much across that area. Look, we have almost no insulation over there, almost zero here. So the inspector comes up here, and what does he say? Insulation, no comment. In other words, he says it's fine. It's not enough. Not enough. That's terrible. I really want to see under the windows. So the water is poured into downstairs. I'm not seeing moisture build up underneath the window. Good sign, because it is the kids' room. Look at that joint right there. This is from outside. I saw that the sill had raised up here, broke all the brick down. And why? Because water got in there. It affects everything. Everything. Because if water gets in, it's gonna freeze and break the brick, cause water infiltration into the garage, which I gotta look at, cause water infiltration in the front, which I've gotta look at, possible mold, which I've gotta look at, and then repairs. How do I fix it all? 7 years old. 7. 7. I can't get over that number. 7. That's really, really sloppy. Look at the cinder block. Look at all the holes in the cinder block. It's as if it's not even, it's just quickly put into place. This is lazy trades. They want to lay that brick really fast, right? So think about it. There's a steel lintel right across here that holds all that vertical brick in the front of this house. Now, quickly throw those blocks in. Boom, 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 boom. Why? Because you're not going to see it. Then, where you can see it, they try to make the brick look better. But they still failed it because it's cracking and breaking everywhere. Now, what's the use of having that insulation, a vapor barrier, upstairs in the wall when you have holes galore in the cinder block that's allowing cold air to come in? You got rigid foam here, put it there. Stop that cold air from coming in. I bet you I can fix this easy. I gotta drop that whole ceiling on this side. The insurance company has opened up all this. They even pulled out a piece of the rigid foam to see if, I guess if there was mold. We're satisfied they don't see mold. So it appears they have rigid foam all the way up, and it's very sloppily done. We're building from the inside out, not the outside in. This is a prime example. Looks beautiful on the inside. Open concept, rails, floors, awesome, right? How'd you like to buy this house? How'd you like to repair what I've got to repair? And how'd you like to pay the cost? And it's not a couple dollars. We got an outside door, we got an inside door, and we got a door to the basement. And here's minimum code for you. Drywall. Want to make that transition point into the house and stop the gases from coming in from your car. Nothing like choking yourself and your kids. And then they tape to the wall. They don't use caulking, so they tape. Look at how the tape is not joined here. Now, look at this. Love my job, man. Geez, I wonder why this house sucks. I have leakage galore. Look at the leaks. Look at how dirty this insulation is. I wonder, eh? Oh, what do I see? What do I see? I see the basement light. So I see right into the basement. All this cracked stuff here that's just gonna allow those gases to come in because that air will drive into the house. That's why the insulation is black. I have air moving inwards. If I have it and I see it in the insulation, and I can clearly see right inside the house here, and I don't see a vapor barrier, air gets in. And when air gets in the garage, and your car's running out in the garage, guess what comes in? You think that insulation right here is blocking anything? Great built home. Start not to like this builder at all. Honestly, a home inspector is not gonna see what I just saw, but if he looked at the tape and did what I did, the tape was not bonded to the wall. I just pulled it aside and I saw the hole. That's what led me to pull the tape, pull the drywall. Now, he's not gonna do that. He just had to move the tape and go, I see a possible problem here. Nice and simple. And I wish he had a camera because it documents everything he sees and puts it in the report. Not one picture's in the report. Bottom line, based on what I've seen so far, I would have said, don't buy this house. You're buying a fix-it house. It's a money pit. Run. Now I gotta fix it. Right now, I'm so frustrated, I'm actually gonna work out. Normally, if I'm this pissed off, I go home and beat up my drums. Works really well. After beating up the drums, I sweat. I feel good because I made some music. Gotta get one of these. 4 more. So bring me enough bodies to gut, pull brick, clean up, and bring some blue skin, bring some temporary seal, because we need to make sure that once we open up the brick, we can actually safely keep it from getting wet inside.
Hello?
Oh, come on in. No, stay right there. Actually, there's no room.
My what?
I'm just looking up.
Yeah.
And what I want you to do is just open up the whole front foyer here. I need to see everything in here and what they've done for installation. See just how far we have to go. Another hot water heater on an angle.
Seen that right away.
We do have to do something about this, eh? Is it as simple as maybe just shimming it up?
Yeah.
Gas stove is added afterwards. Are they allowed to go through the floor? I thought it had to be rigid.
It should be rigid through the floor. On these flex lines you can go through, you need enough room. They've drilled a 1/2-inch hole. It's too small. You want enough play around it, you have to support the pipe properly. It's within code you can do that.
So let me just guess. You're gonna pull this out, cut a line, put in rigid, shut off, everything.
Everything.
We're gonna have one of 2 choices, put it to an electric stove or take out the hood.
Change the hood.
Okay,
You're
so
17 inches from the top of the stove to the bottom of the
that's
of
what
the
it is
hood.
now.
That's what
I
it
need
is now.
30 inches.
You need 30.
The other issue the homeowners have is that it is so cold upstairs. Now, my IR camera has picked up huge heat loss. Huge. So blue, I can see the rafters right through the ceiling. So that means no insulation in many spots. I want to know whether or not we're having proper airflow upstairs. Sorry, man.
No problem.
I'm doing this to everyone. You guys are like full-time with me. I might as well hire you.
This is a golden opportunity to open up this whole ceiling right here. See where the block is actually meeting? This is the inside of the house right there. We have a leak here somewhere. So this is a golden opportunity with the weather we have outside to maybe see where that's all penetrating, okay?
Well, now that you've taken down the full ceiling, we can see the beautiful work on the cinder block. Talk about some of the sloppiest crap I've ever seen.
I got some bad news for you guys. Looks like we gotta get some of the ceiling.
Why?
I did just finish my CFM testing. Backside of the house where the master bedroom is, it's high. When I get into these bedrooms here above the garage, I'm low. And my temperature has dropped 10 degrees.
10 degrees.
Yeah. So,
Okay, let me just do a quick look.
okay.
Let's just do this. You know, I see little things like this. It doesn't look like they cut this piece up. It looks like it's been missing. So I'm gonna pull down some drywall here. This is really bad. So what is the use of actually using rigid foam if you have gaps?
Right.
So here we're trying to achieve, really simple, trying to achieve an R20. This is superior. However, every single joint needs to be taped.
Right.
Right? We don't have the tuck tape on it, so now we're losing all the heat loss in here. We're actually cold gain inside the house. Let's see this. This is open to the basement, isn't it?
Oh,
There's the basement.
That's the basement right there. Wow.
Okay, dirty insulation. There's the basement.
Wow. Do they park in here?
Yeah.
Now, if this is the feed for up in one of the bedrooms, that would explain a lot why it's a big temperature change there, right? There's no insulation on that at all. And look, it's on both sides exposing that pipe and your air return for cold air.
All you're doing, if you think this little bit of insulation is going to keep this duct warm, and it's freezing cold.
Yeah.
They're going to have so much less heat upstairs just because the pipes are cold. This is some of the sloppiest home building, I'm telling you, I've ever seen, Damon. I can clearly see the rigid foam on that wall's in pieces, much like in here.
Right. Oh, I know what that means, buddy.
All right, it's all coming down, okay?
All right, man. All right.
And I've so seen enough of this new house. I'm used to fixing old houses with this many problems. Not new ones.
7 years.
Did your inspector go in the attic?
Yes.
Well, watch this. You don't have nowhere near as much insulation as minimum code.
Oh, my word.
And he said in his report, insulation in attic, no recommendations. No recommendations? I would have said, oh, look, you got problems.
MJ, can you come here for a sec, bud? Yeah. Timber. Nice. Okay, let's get the perimeter framing off and the rest of the drywall. So, okay, stop. Stop right there. Look at the framing. Look at what we're attached to here. Look, there's no back plate. What do you think? There's one nail in this? One nail in that. So you got, what is it, a 2x2 attached to 2x4. Look at this span. Now, I want to show you guys something. Think about how heavy this garage door is. This garage door is hanging off the top of this freaking ceiling that's just hanging there. It was just a matter of time before this came crashing down. That is scary. I want the framing down. I want this thing supported right away, guys. So, Yvonne, this is what I'm worried about. This definitely looks like we've had some sill movement. Look at this. Look at this. I just peeled the whole mortar joint out. So you think water's getting in there?
Oh, yeah.
And look at this. This sill is definitely moving. I could almost pull that whole thing right out. This caulking is horrible. Look at that. Look at that, because they brought the mortar right up to the top. This had nowhere to grab, and I'm peeling that off. Look at how thin that is, buddy. Any deficiencies in the caulking, and that water is going to penetrate that mortar joint because it's porous and it's going to absorb water. And where's it going to go again? It's going to bring it back into the house. They did a surface caulk. Look at this. Look at how thin that is, and look at how deep that hole is. So it looks like they were done, but they didn't actually fill it properly. Either something was not clean, or it was too cold, it was too wet, but the caulking is actually not adhered to the window on any of these windows in the front face of this house. Look at this. Okay, I have never seen that before. Water's gonna run down here. It's gonna wanna go right in that crack, right along that whole seam. I can see a gap all the way along. That's a lot of water getting in there, possibly, right? That's a big gap. I gotta open up the inside. So I just wanna make sure that I have no mold growing on the inside of this house. Oh, nice to see. This is bone dry in here. Right below me is the main foyer. When you first walk into the house, you look up into the ceiling, that's where they had water penetration. What they've actually done is used a rigid foam board to sheet the outside of their house. So when that water penetrated, it hit the other side of this insulation, ran right down the wall and into the foyer. Right now we're in Aiden's room, and it actually protected Aiden from any mold growing on the inside. I'm just going a little bit beyond here, making sure that we're safe on the inside of the house because we do have a child in this room. Correct. Thank you, sir. Well, I now know this is the main source of my water penetration into the foyer down below. When we got here, the plastic is like this, allowing the water to actually enter that caulking joint, get behind the brick, get behind to the actual styrofoam, and down into the house. And that's why we had a leak at the house. So we have a lot of work ahead of us. Yvonne, make a mix. Oh, sun likes it wet, eh?
Yeah.
So, Yvonne, does this mean I don't have to do bricks anymore? I love you, man. My uncle, he's the one that taught me. He's more of a stonemason. Actually, when I was a kid, we used to, after work, because at 12 years old, I'd work with him in the summers. We'd drive home, and he used to make me look in the ditches for stone.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then I'd have to go into
stone.
I'd have to go into the ditch, grab the stone, put it in the back of his truck, and then we'd go home that night and we keep laying stone.
Nice.
Now that's what I call a sill.
Yep.
What kind of stone is this again, Yvonne?
Indiana limestone.
Indiana limestone. I love it. 1, 2, 3. Wow. So the sill we're going to use is actually a stone sill with a drip edge on the bottom. It'll absorb less water. It will absorb a little bit, but it won't absorb like a concrete sill would. Think of concrete, very porous. It will absorb the moisture, and we're trying to get away from that. Look at that, one sill, no seam. Grab your little level so we can get a little slight cant on this, okay? That's the way we want to do it. This is nice. Nice work makes me happy, buddy. Nice job, man.
You too. Well, did you wet the floor?
Yes, I did. We have evidence. It wasn't me. It was the actual plumbing that wasn't done properly. We're looking from the drain, and to be more specific, a connection where the bathtub meets the ABS trap, or the ABS drain.
Where the gasket's on top?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Now, the most interesting aspect is you will not have that leak every time somebody takes a bath or a shower, only when the water is up to the rim, pretty much. It's all that weight that causes slight deformation, and only then you get a couple leaks. So it may not happen if someone takes a quick shower, or if the person is fairly light.
Where there's not a lot of water.
Exactly. It's
If the person is fairly light.
If the
so
person
if
is
I'm
fairly
in the
light.
shower, it's not that good.
It will leak.
Okay. Are you trying to say I'm too heavy?
Well, you will build.
Okay. I am happy.
Okay, so what I found is a gasket, rubber gasket, which was installed incorrectly. It was squeezed too tight on one end, and then over the years, the rubber just got hard, solidified, and it developed leaks. Having access from underneath gave me a chance to actually install a new one. I'm gonna fill up the top just to make sure that the weight is putting enough pressure so I don't get any more leaks. It looks perfect to me.
Here we are again. It seems like almost every house we're doing now, we're finding caulking issues. People are using economical caulking instead of a quality caulking. Something that's gonna stay soft, something that's gonna stay really sticky, something that's gonna adhere to the brick, to the plastic. Cleaning your surface is really important. Getting a lot of caulking in there. Really, we're pushing it in there, we're making it adhere. This is really important. It's keeping the water out, it's keeping the moisture out. We've removed all the caulking from around every single window in this house, all the exhausts from the washrooms, from the kitchen. Unfortunately, it's cracked away, it's dried up. It had to be removed and replaced. This is gonna last a long, long time.
Now, before you start, I just want to say I've been around for a long time, and I don't like the way this is going already.
Okay. Well, if we've done our job properly, there's no water that's gonna come down here. You know what I'm gonna do, right? I'm giving you a water test. I'm gonna get up on the roof with a hose, and I'm gonna soak that window. This is kind of a double-edged sword. I kind of want to soak Carl, but on the other hand, I want to know that we've done our job here, so be careful what you wish for. I need you to really look here. Now, if we've done our job, you're not going to get wet. But if you failed anywhere up there, you're going to get soaked. Okay. That's why you're standing right here. So you can actually see where the whole thing started coming in, where all the water started penetrating through this block. So everywhere it's rusted on the metal lintel and everywhere where the 3-pack beam is of wood, it was completely saturated at one point. I have Nicole upstairs. I want her in that bedroom, just on that sill, because when I spray that sill, I want to see if it's coming in at all into that bedroom, okay? Nick, anything? Carlito, anything?
No, everything's good.
This is what we want too. You can see the actual sill is slanted enough that it's actually dripping the water, hitting the drip edge, and you can see all that drip is not going to hit that house and want to work its way down back into the foyer. Carlito, I can't hear you, man. Can you see anything?
No.
Okay. Get over here. Get over here.
10 years with you.
You can't get me anymore. As your supervisor, I demand I get you wet.
Okay, I got a second here.
Yeah, we're good. So now that we have all the water issues solved on the outside of the house, it allows me now to come on the inside and solve the heating and airflow issues. Now, the Northwood guys have been downstairs in the basement taping all of the seams and all the ductwork, making sure that we have the proper airflow running throughout this whole house. They've insulated all the ductwork in the garage just to ensure that all that air being brought up and forced into the second floor is going to stay hot. Now, the insulation in the attic, we wanted to top it up and bring it up to at least an R50 to make sure that the homeowners are warm and they're actually going to save some money in the end. And last but not least, we've spray foamed the garage. That's going to ensure that in the summer, the house is going to stay cool, and in the winter, it's going to stay warm. And secondly, it's going to keep carbon monoxide out of the house. Well, we had a bit of rain this weekend, and everything is fine on the front of the house. Now, we seem to be having a small leak on the other side of the house. Now, I am not stopping until we find this. That's not what we do. We don't just walk away. The front face, strictly a caulking issue and a sill issue. We've solved that. The last thing I want is to walk away and have that leaking into the house. So this is just mimicking the worst case scenario with water penetration into your house. And if anything's gonna find it, a hose directly on your wall will. So Carlito, I knew it was either on the inside we were gonna see this or on the outside. Now this is where I started seeing wet spots on the concrete floor. We have a leak on this side of the garage. I think it's either on the hip or the valley. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the valley. I think water's driving under the shingles at this point. Right now, I've got a steady stream of water. Look at how much water's coming in here. I mean, our foyer is right on the other side of this wall right here. It's hitting the rafter, running along that beam and dripping down there. Wow. So I'm gonna have to look at the valley up there. We're gonna have to look at all the flashing. Let's get Steve's guys here. Let's go on to something else for now. So MJ, you're gonna skim the rest of this ceiling out, right? We're gonna actually block this off into sections. You're gonna skim this part, keeping this the dining room area, living room, and then eventually you'll be keeping that a flat ceiling over there too, right?
Okay.
Second of all, the range hood needs to be put into place today. We already have it here, so this needs to be removed. Okay, all right. The microwave range that was here was way too close to the stove. You need at least 30-inch clearance off it because of what's gonna happen. It's gonna melt it, it's gonna be hot. When you grab it, you're gonna burn yourself. Most importantly, it does not comply with gas codes, and that's why we're gonna put in a new range hood.
Well, first we had to scrape the ceiling down because there was a patch here we had to do. And tying in stucco to existing stucco is extremely difficult, and most of the time it actually looks like a patch. So what we want to do is eliminate the stucco effect here and just go flat. So I put 2 coats of Durabond on, a coat of CGC, a light sand, and now we have a flat section of the ceiling. And that patch is no more.
Let me just show you what's going on here, buddy. This landing has not been properly supported. You can see what they've done. They put a wall here, they put a wall here, right? So they attach their stairs here, but they put their landing in between, no supports underneath. And if you look along the sides here, look at the nails they missed.
Every single one.
Almost every single one, right? You see this? Look at the gap above it. I can get my finger in that gap and here, right? So we want to re-support that, get it back up, glue it, screw it, nail it all back in.
Clear.
Everything's been sagging, and that's why we have separation between the subfloor and the joist. So basically what we're doing right now is we're putting a track on the bottom and the top, and we're gonna put studs in, and we're gonna basically lift the ones that are loose already, put them into place so that we have a nice structural wall here, and then we're gonna glue and screw everything together, and that should fix the problem.
So again, thanks for coming in, man. I know you guys weren't supposed to be here today, but I'm still having a pinhole leak somewhere. What do you think is going on here? Now, I see you've peeled this back because I was curious about the water running down into this section and if it was getting under here somewhere. What do you think?
I think it's possible with this metal valley here, water's traveling fast and it could be backtracking. Who knows? We won't know until we really take everything out and see where it's coming from.
Can I peel this off?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, the deck's dry, which is a good sign.
Yeah, oh, there it goes. That's it, buddy.
Right there, look at your leak, right in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's a significant leak, man. That's indicating it's coming right in this corner. How is it getting in this corner?
That's what I want to know.
We know that this flashing is doing this and then stepping up in the back.
Correct.
So it's probably holding water, but if it's canted either way, it's going to bring water into the house. This can't be an issue that just started this year. We can see the way what's happening here, right? We can see that it seems like there's some moisture coming in from the flashing here.
Yeah, it seems to me that like it's loose, and I feel like the water is getting in through there.
Well, look at when you did that. Look at the water.
Right.
See, look at the water coming through there. You can see it bubbling it out. Here's what I don't like, Jeff. I can actually move that joint, that metal, away from the mortar joint. You see that?
Mm-hmm. I see that.
So what happens if water gets in there and travels this way, right? Like, look at how wet that mortar is, but look at that. Like, that is saturated. That is saturated mortar. Okay, what's your plan here? What do you want to do?
What I'm gonna do is we're gonna hug that corner, make sure, we're gonna go to the extreme and make sure that we solve that problem.
This brick flashing is sloped back in here and creating a channel. So any driving rain or anything that's running on the wall here at all, I think it's collecting in here like a trough and running in at all the breathers.
Okay.
Bring this down.
Bring it down.
So that it's running away from. This flashing was not bent at the proper angle. It should always have a little slope away from the house. This is sloped in. We'll take them all down, put some new flashing on, and we should be okay.
Problem was the tank when they installed it, the floor sloping towards the drain, and the tank's leaning. It carries a lot of weight. It fills up with a lot of water. It's heavy. It was very rocky when you touched it. They got small kids here, so our concern is that this tank, you know, the kids running around may hit it. If this goes to lean over, it's gonna come right over. One, you're gonna snap the water lines. Two, you may break the gas line. So you got a couple issues. We're just trying to level it off. We're using some steel shims, pushing it up, leveling it off. Then what they'll do is they'll pack it underneath with some quick drying cement, and that way it's safe.
Water leaks are some of the hardest leaks you can ever find. It could be a pinhole, it could be a 1-inch gap. Think of all the work we've done to keep water out of this house. We've replaced all the sills on the front of the house. We've done all the caulking on the entire house. We replaced shingles, we replaced all the flashing. The last step we've done is an actual sealer. It's a brick and cement sealer, and it's a high-end sealer that'll still allow the wall to breathe, but will actually give it a waterproof coating. I guarantee this homeowner will have no more water on the inside of his house. You're drying the garage too?
It's good, Damon.
I'm most looking forward to having people over and not have our wonderful skylights. So I'm looking forward to having the problem fixed and not worry about, you know, when it rains, and just enjoy the rain and outside, not inside.
I'm excited. Today's the day Peter and Sharon get to come home to a dry house. We have Craig, painter, coming in today to do last-minute stuff, painting the ceiling in there, painting the garage. Frank's guys coming in to put lights, plugs. We have the landscapers putting in the last touches on the steps. We have a big rush today. I want these people home today and dry.
So when we got here, steps were sunken pretty bad. They're down a few inches. And the reason why it had sunk was they didn't pack any of their aggregates that they had underneath. So it just started to fall. Was it take 5 minutes to pack it? $20 in filter cloth? Come on. This thing will never sink again, guaranteed.
Hello again.
Well, hello, just in time for a little bit of rain. Go figure.
Snow last time, rain this time, never to be sun. Nice to see you. I'm getting a hug.
Oh, no problem. How are you?
Hey, that's why I'm here, right?
Peter, how are you doing, buddy?
Nice to see you.
You too.
All right, let's just take a quick look. I guess you know that your house has been a pain in our butt, right?
Yeah, and mine. So
He was happy that I lost
It's been
sleep.
a family thing, yes?
You felt the pain.
We've been at many angles trying to fix that one leak to the point, I think it was only a few days ago, Damon called me.
That's right.
And I said, check this, do this.
Right.
And he solved it. He solved it.
Fantastic.
I feel comfortable and confident that Mike and Damon and the crew have fixed everything, and it's great to see that we have our house back and the ceiling is closed, there's no holes.
I'm just happy I'm not going to be on that roof watering it anymore.
Me too, actually.
The lawn needs a little TLC, so
Yeah,
I'm
I agree.
on that one.
I agree.
You can see all brand new cells that we put in the front. Okay, so I want full cells, not adjoining. You know, I love seeing a new garage.
Pretty and white. Open canvas, eh?
We have now thermal broken everything from your home to the garage. So we don't have to worry about what? Two things.
Fumes?
Fumes, carbon monoxide, and cold. And so you're not gonna have a problem with that. It's nice and neat.
The fact that it's completely sealed off now and the fumes are not coming through the house to affect the kids, I mean, that's a huge comfort in itself. And the fact that we're going to be saving on energy, I'm so thankful that they've been able to do that for us. I mean, it means, I can't even tell you how much it means. So.
Now, if we look at your hot water heater, not only is it level, and everything else is fixed on it. The point is that we're gonna put up a non-shrinkable grout underneath it to make sure it doesn't move. So we're not just gonna use a couple of shims. Right. We created a nice little pad for it, and now it's perfectly level. Now it's required by code. I love all the ductwork being taped. All this being sealed, you're gonna see a huge difference in the monthly bill. Now, you remember when we walked around and I could see things with my IR camera, like that wonderful cold spot in the ceiling above here.
Yes, it's all blue.
It was all blue, so we did.
Blown-in insulation, we topped it up. Remember, it was just sitting to the top of your joist. It wasn't enough. We added, what, 4 to 5 inches. We brought it up to an R50 instead.
So the room will be hotter.
It should be, I would say. It's pretty hot in here as it is right now. Oh, I didn't get what you guys were saying there. Excuse me, I'm getting a little hot now. I think we need wine.
By sealing up all the ductwork, by thermal breaking the garage and stopping that cool air from coming in, not to mention the carbon monoxide, by adding more insulation into your attic space, all we're doing there is really being more efficient on your furnace, on your monthly bill, as your gas bill, and we're keeping it warm in here when it's supposed to be warm, and we're keeping it cool when it's supposed to be cool, and that's in the summer. Little things we do can make such a difference.
It's Mike, the whole crew, everybody. It's just, you know, we had faith in them, and you know, it's like anything else. They delivered as they always do. I have faith that it's been done right, and we're not going to have any issues.
Now, for your wonderful leak, what the guys chose to do was to strip down this area, fix the area after Martin had fixed the plumbing, or guaranteed that it was fixed, and then do a nice flat spot to, it sort of breaks it from dining room to living room, keep the popcorn, we call it popcorn, and then flat in the front.
Looks nice, actually. I like it.
Well, we wanted to separate the rooms. I thought, you know, why scrape this whole ceiling and give you a whole flat ceiling? We could have done that, but I mean, you obviously have a dining room here, you have a living room there, and your front foyer.
I would never have thought of doing that, but I actually like it.
Let's just look at that. Look at that. I don't see anything coming in. And it just roared.
You have no idea how.
Yes, you have no idea, honestly.
When our relatives all come back again, they're going to be quite happy not to see the holes in the walls.
And the only thing dropping in their glasses will be wine.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I'm going to steal another hug. Thank you so much. Having this problem resolved is a huge sense of relief for sure. I mean, it's that chapter that we can put away and say, okay, it was an experience. We dealt with it. We got the best to come and help us, you know, and put it behind us and move on.
I can't see you. Are you there?
No.
Do you know what this is? Don't tell me. Oh, look at this. You're out of code. Nice. I'm going to stamp your wall.